Hey everyone, welcome back to day 3 of quarantine. Today we have our lunch. So I already opened up the package. We have a little hot pot situation right here. Again, there's some soup in this, so I don't want to spill anything over. So hopefully the camera is able to see this. Just block out my face in hopes that I can see this. Ooh. Maybe like a little of that. Okay, so this is the hot pot meal. Included is also a little container of rice, and we also have a banana today. So let me just change the camera angle so you're able to see the food in full. So you can see right here that you have the hot pot right here. So there's some thinly sliced meat, some Japanese pumpkin, some vegetables. You can see tofu here, and yeah, sausage, and of course egg. So pretty full meal right here. You also have the rice and the banana. Alrighty, so I originally filmed a intro for this, but I forgot to turn on the microphone, so I just have to work with this intro right here. So let's just do another last little picture right here. And I want the camera to focus on this food right here so you can see. Alrighty. So again, I apologize for you not being able to see the food on the table. Working with a very small table right now, so but I will pick up the food one by one so you're able to see what I'm eating. And without further ado, let's dig in. So I want to start with just this Japanese pumpkin right here. No real flavor. I think this meal itself is pretty, I don't want to say bland, but it looks like it's just, you know, stuff boiled in maybe a little bit of broth, but don't really taste much. So this thinly sliced meat might be, I don't even know if it's pork or beef. I think it is beef. I mean, the stuff itself is pretty good, but usually with the hot pot you would have some sort of dip with it, but no dip came with this, I think. So just have to eat it kind of the way it is. I mean, this is probably the most healthiest meal out of it all. It's just basically boiled vegetables and meat. Which is actually a good change of pace of the food, because the previous couple meals were kind of oily in nature. So while this is not going to be the best tasting type of meal, definitely a bit more healthy for the body. Speaking of healthy, have a little sausage in here as well. So, again, there's not much flavor to everything. It just tastes like boiled food. So, from an entertainment perspective, probably not the most engaging video. But nevertheless, this is perfectly good for me. This is the tofu, really soft, silky in nature. And let's try this piece of mushroom right here. So all in all, this is not a bad meal. Probably the less entertaining of all the meals that I will have. I'll still upload this for the sake of, completing the whole quarantine journey, but I'm not sure what this is though. Some sort of like vegetable again. Tastes kind of like kelp. Which I'm not sure if it's what that was, but man, this thing has a lot of vegetables in it. Which again, I'm not a fan of vegetables, but for the sake of health and eating something that is fairly low calorie, I'll still eat my vegetables. We have some more vegetables right here. Let's go with this. I think this is cognac. I think. Not entirely sure though, but tastes like some sort of like noodly dish. And we have a little, I think this might be egg. Nope, it's some sort of dumpling right here. Has a little bit of pork inside. The flavor of that is actually the more pronounced out of all this right here. Again, this will probably taste a lot better if there were like some soy sauce or oyster sauce. Let's go for this weird flower thing right here. Weird flower thing. I think that might be fish cake. And speaking of another weird thing in here, so yeah, this is like hot pot food. just with no sauce, and I don't think they really boiled this in anything special. Not sure what this contraption is. Tastes like some sort of fish cake as well. We have some of this I think, is it called enoki mushroom? Some sort of mushroom. Also frequently found in hot pot. The whole meal, in my opinion, yeah, is just kind of bland in nature. So nothing really special about this. Here's some more of the weird kelp situation. The texture is not really the best. Tastes like pretty like sloshy, or like, you know what I mean, where it's like very like soggy type of feel. Some more vegetables here. Big piece of meat right here. We have just a little rice in here, and I saved the egg for last. Here we have the egg. Yeah, I was not wrong to save the egg for last, because I think the egg was the best. That's because at least it's a bit more salty. You can actually taste a bit of salt in that. The rest of the stuff doesn't really have that much like flavor or salt content in it. So we have a little bit of the broth right here. Do people drink this usually? Yeah, I'll drink it. Okay, so here's my theory. Broth actually has a lot of flavor, and I think that is because most of the flavor from the food has been transferred to the broth itself. So that's why with the food you don't really taste much flavor, but with the broth it's actually quite it's quite thick, and it's pretty flavorful, although it's probably pretty fattening as well. If you could see like a little bit of the broth right here, you can see that some of the oil has like congealed to the top, so it makes the soup kind of oily in nature as well. Usually with my hot pot broths, I like to taste the broth itself before anything is put in, just so I can taste like the purity of the broth itself. So it's unfortunate that you kind of get the worst of the two, where you have too much flavor in the broth and not enough flavor in the food itself. I think one thing is that the food has been in the broth for too long, and so like with vegetables, you typically want to cook it in hot pot for a very short amount of time, to retain like its crunch and its flavor. Because if you cook your vegetables in hot pot for too long, then it's just gonna get way too soggy, and just it's gonna lose a lot of its original flavor. So all in all though, still a pretty good meal. Just unfortunately, because it takes time to deliver the food over to the hotel, and it takes time for the hotel to distribute the meal. So probably when it's hot and that there's actually sauce that you can dip this into, it's going to be pretty good. But yeah, probably loses quite a few points, just given the nature that it's placed for a while, just like waiting. We're gonna end off with the banana here. So again, Taiwan is pretty well known for its bananas. So I'm pretty excited about this. So traditionally, a lot of people like to peel bananas like so. So this is the head and this is the tail. I'm so used to just like pinching the tail. Oh, the tail for this is actually pretty tough. So maybe I will, no, I'll still go from the tail. Usually I would pinch it, but yeah, this banana does not take that too well. Looks pretty good. There's some brown spots on it, but I don't think that's anything of concern. So banana, let's take a taste test. Should I cover like this? Because like some people on the internet, they're gonna like Photoshop. Not that anyone watches this, but I'll just do it just in case. Banana has a bit of chew to it. Not the best tasting banana I had before though. I don't know if it's not too ripe, but it's not too like, It has a chew to it, but I think the thing that it lacks is just like flavor. It has no banana flavor, which is odd. All I can say is this is not representative of the typical banana in Taiwan. Yeah, it's not bad tasting. It's just lackluster. That's how I put it. So anyways, that concludes the lunch video. I'm pretty full right now, so I'm probably gonna edit this video and yesterday's dinner video and today's lunch video. So and the instant ramen, instant noodle video. So 4 videos to upload today, and so yeah, that's everything. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you dinner time.